Welcome to Coach with Jean, transforming your pain into purpose. Today's video is all about the emotion code, which is my favorite tool, my favorite healing modality that I use with my clients in my coaching practice for transformation. So in the video, I'm going to answer all the frequently asked questions about the emotion code. What is it? How does it work? What is a session like? What do I need to do? How much does it cost? How do I sign up? Why would I even get one? Why would I need one? And how can it help me? All of that good stuff. So I was first introduced to the emotion code through the book, which found me online by Dr. Bradley Nelson, The Emotion Code, How to Release Your Trapped Emotions for Abundant Health, Love, and Happiness. And this was about 4 or 5 years ago. And I started reading it and I was so fascinated because I had never heard anything like it. And it resonated so much with me that emotions, well, everything is energy. Everything is energy. You and I are vibrating right now to a measurable vibrational frequency. And so these emotions are simply energy in motion. And when we don't process our emotions, when we stuff them away, when we ignore them and don't acknowledge them, they do get trapped. And this trapped energy is trapped in our body. It's also trapped in our subconscious mind because our subconscious mind and our body are synonymous. They're one and the same. And so it's like a mirror reflection. And so what Dr. Bradley Nelson discovered, because he was a holistic chiropractor for almost 2 decades, is that people were coming in and having to get the same adjustment over and over. And he realized that there was trapped energy in there. And he was divinely guided and inspired to create the emotion code healing modality. And this is the chart of emotions. And this just shows like discouragement, rejection. There's anger and bitterness. And then, of course, we know, most people know anger is associated with the liver. However, the anger might be trapped somewhere else in your body. So it's not always just trapped with the organ that originates it. And the emotions that get trapped in the body, they get trapped usually wherever there's a point of weakness, like inflammation, or maybe you had a sprained ankle or something like that. You have a sore knee, things like that. But they also can build up and be trapped around the heart. So when we get hurt, let's say we got our heart broken in a relationship, we could feel rejected, we could feel bitter and anger, resentment, we could feel love unreceived. All of these emotions can build up around the heart and create what's called a heart wall. And this heart wall, it's invisible, but energetically it's there. And what that can do is block our ability to fully give and receive love and just be our best version of ourselves, which is the goal. I truly believe we live in a quantum world where all possibilities exist, which is exciting because there is a you that is your best version, your highest and best version of yourself. And using the emotion code is a tool to peel off these layers and release these energies that are not you. They're part of your past. They're not who you are. And they will and do block you from performing at your best, from being happy. Depression is just deep pressed emotions, just unprocessed emotions that are weighing us down, keeping us in a dark state. These emotions have a lower vibrational frequency and they're keeping us pulled down, and they're keeping us stuck in the past, and they're keeping us in a reactive mode where there's a saying, if you don't heal what hurt you, if you don't heal what hurt you, you'll bleed all over people that didn't hurt you, if you don't heal what cut you. So anyway, it's our responsibility to do our healing, to do the work. And it is okay if you're not okay. It's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay that way. And we do have a duty to each other to be our highest and best version, because we are all connected. We are all connected. There is one universal heartbeat. So when we heal ourselves, we're healing the planet, we're healing everybody else. When we hurt ourselves, we're hurting everyone else too. We're hurting the planet. So the whole point is to take responsibility for your own health and healing, and also to seek out alternative forms of healing, because we know that sickness is a for-profit business. Medications are designed to mask and manage symptoms and not treat the root cause. So the whole thing is, Dr. Carolyn Leaf, she's a neuroscientist, she's a brain expert, and she says 75 to 98% of current mental, physical, behavioral illnesses today come from our thought life. So, and even Deepak Chopra says that emotional trauma is the beginning of dis-ease in the body. So this emotion code is one of the simplest yet highly effective modalities there is. It's considered energy medicine, and I'll explain to you how it works. We use muscle testing to identify which trapped emotion that you have that's ready to be released. So we use the chart, we use muscle testing. I use a pendulum to do my muscle testing because that's my preferred method. That's what I resonate with. That's the quickest way for me to determine, to get the yes or no answer. And then we just use these magnets. And if I was with you in person, I would run these magnets. You can use any magnet, by the way, but these are really powerful, strong balls of magnetic hematite that I use. And if I was with you in person, I would run it down your spine, holding the intention that we're releasing that emotion. And this work is done with spirit. It's done with your higher power. It's done with God. All healing. I'm not the healer. We're all healers. We all have healing abilities, and God is the healer as well. So it's not, I don't claim to be the healer. It's your body that's actually doing the healing. So we're releasing the emotion by running it down the governing meridian, which is going down your spine. That is the meridian that connects all the other meridians in your body. So when we run the magnets with the intention, it pulls it from your body and your subconscious mind. And you might feel a little tingly. Most of my sessions are done on Zoom, just so you know. I can work with anyone, anywhere in the world, because this is all energy. So all I need from you is your willingness and your permission for me to test on you. And then I make sure I'm testing on you. And then when I release, I just go over my top of my head from here down to the base of my spine 3 times to release the emotion. And then I check and make sure that the emotion got released. And then we move on and we release the next and the next and the next. And you're probably wondering how many trapped emotions get released in one session. And that's a great question, because it depends on the person. Sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 20. There's been up to 40 and 50 before. So it really just depends, but it's however many you have that are ready to be released. And this is like peeling an onion, right? So once we release, and then takes a few days for them to fully leave and flush out of your system. The only thing we ask is that you drink extra water to make sure that you're fully hydrated to facilitate the detoxification of the emotions. And you might need a little more sleep. You might be tired. Any acts of self-care, self-love, grounding, meditation, Epsom salt bath, they're all good, but they're all not required. But as far as emotions, when we find, let's say you had abandonment trapped, we can go back and say, find out what age you trapped it. Maybe your parents divorced and one of the parents left. We find out who abandoned you. Was it mom, dad, and so forth. So healing is revealing. We can get to the bottom of it and find out more information that helps you understand it and process it. And when we release these trapped emotions, it definitely opens the heart to be more willing to forgive. And there is a reason why heart disease is the #1 killer in America, because people, that's why the Bible says, guard your heart above all else, for in it and out of it life flows. Our heart energy is huge. We have a huge capacity. And so getting the emotions out is the best thing you can do to be the best version of you. So the emotion code, so I went over what it is. Energy healing is considered energy medicine. And they say that the future of medicine is energy medicine, because what happens, and the Chinese know this about our energy field and the acupuncture, and because we are spiritual beings first, it's always good to keep this in mind. Having a temporary physical human experience, but we are spirits first. We're spirit in nature. Everything is created in the spirit realm before it manifests physically. That's why it's called metaphysics, mind into matter. So that's why Dr. Carolyn Leaf says things are created in our thought life. And a lot of it is just that we're holding on to these trapped emotions because they've caused pain, and we don't know, we feel stuck. We don't know why we're not able to move forward in our lives. In the emotion documentary, which I highly recommend watching, it's free on Tubi, which is an app, Tubi. And emotion, it's E/motion 2.0. Dr. Bradley Nelson's in it, and all kinds of doctors and experts, emotional healing experts from around the world are weighing in on how our trapped emotions, our emotional trauma are at the root of everything that ails us. So getting to the bottom of this, finding a way to work through these emotions so that we can truly be here in the present moment and enjoy life and not be reacting from our past, not be living from our history and our memory, but that we're entirely here and able to move forward and consciously create our future and deliberately create our future. So that's the whole goal, is to release. And as far as why you would get a session, how do you know if you need a session? Everyone has trapped emotions. We all do. You can't escape it. So unless you've already done the emotional work and released the trapped emotions, you have trapped emotions. So anyone, literally anyone, can benefit from having a session. If you want to raise your vibrational frequency, if you want to feel lighter, and if you want to be your best version of yourself. These are all reasons. But if you're sick, if you're ill, or if you have pain, or if you are stuck and you don't know why you're stuck and you don't know what to do to get out of your rut, then have an emotion code session. Because a lot of the pain that's in our body is just negative emotions. And the reason why is because Negative emotions and negative thoughts create negative chemistry in the body. They create acid in the body. And acidosis is the root of all dis-ease. And Dr. Otto Warburg in 1931, I believe, he won the Nobel Peace Prize for discovering that cancer and dis-ease cannot live in an alkaline, oxygen-rich environment. Okay, so what does that mean? That means creating an alkaline, oxygen-rich environment in your body is the way to keep your body in a state of health. And so if there is cancer in the body or dis-ease in the body, the solution is to change the state of the body to create the conditions for health. And releasing trapped emotions is absolutely crucial because your emotional state is critical. And the reason why is because that acid is creating the pain and being a breeding ground for dis-ease. And then positive emotions and positive thoughts create a tonic environment. Happy thoughts create happy chemistry. All those happy chemicals, the dopamine and the serotonin, all that good stuff is created by happy, positive thoughts like gratitude. So that's the whole goal, is to release your trapped emotions, install the positive emotions, self-love, self-worth, acceptance, peace, trust. You know, there's a lot of anxiety and fear right now on the planet and in our world. But when somebody has inner peace, they're not shaken by the things that are going on around them. They have that strong foundation of inner peace. So no matter what's happening, you can accept and be at peace with it. Because when we resist things, when we don't accept it, we're creating stress, and stress leads to dis-ease. Chronic stress over time leads to dis-ease. So we want to find ways to eliminate it and be at peace, cultivate peace, accept things as they are, and just focus on you, think good, happy thoughts, and create results that you love. That's the whole goal. So booking a session with me is easy. You're going to allow 60 to 90 minutes to be on Zoom like this with me. I'll send you the link prior to the session. So you just put Zoom on your computer or your phone. You don't have to do anything else to prepare. All I'm going to ask for is permission to do the work and permission to muscle test and release from you. And then we're going to go in and do it. And then you can book a session. I have an introductory special for first-time clients only. It's only $99. And that's it. That's all you have to do. So healing yourself is the best gift you can give yourself and also give the world. So I honor you. I thank you for being here. If you have any questions, if there's anything I missed, definitely feel free to reach out and ask me. But I look forward to helping you. I'm grateful for you, and I love you. Bye.